This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and for the first time I am joined by Cameron Goff, the S&C coach to Billy Joe Saunders. Cameron, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good to hear. Obviously out here in sunny Texas, but you've been in a few sunny climates following Billy Joe's kind of camp up until this week with the bout with Canelo Alvarez. Just talk to me about the experience effectively of starting off in Spain, going to Vegas, now ending up here in Texas.
That's it, like you said, it's been an experience. We started off in preparation for Ventura in the Canary Islands, and then we've moved on to Vegas to finish up preparation over here, and now we're in Dallas, and all the work's been done.
Talk to me about how things have developed as the camps have progressed. So starting out from Spain, moving over to America, just talk to me about how you've changed what Billy Joe's needs have had to be as things have gotten closer to fight night.
Yeah, because Billy's been in camp for a long time now, usually as it gets around to the end of the camp he can start to really take effect onto some boxers and really okay, we've been here for a long time now. But it was so refreshing coming to Vegas because we had access to the UFC Performance Institute, and that bring a whole fresh lease of life for the team, for everyone, because the kind of stuff that they've got there, it's an incredible facility if you haven't seen it, you know. And they've really and truly looked after us and made sure Billy's in the best shape physically and mentally going into this huge fight.
For Billy now, working with him throughout this camp, what have you had to specifically look to work on to try and cater his needs to produce what would have to be a career best performance to obviously defeat the man who many see as the best fighter on the planet?
Yeah, as a team we've all come together, we've got our own individual roles and we've all stuck to it. As my job as Billy's lead S&C coach is to make sure Billy's strong, to make sure he's fit, to make sure he's fast going into a fight, and make sure that his preparation's done way behind the scenes, and make sure that he's going into sparring, into training at 100%, you know, and then making sure he doesn't have little niggly bits that he picks up on. So a lot of structure and organisation behind the scenes, all for the athlete to make him bigger, better, faster, stronger for the performance on Saturday night.
In particular, I know you won't want to give too much about why, but what can you tell us about how you've specifically kind of worked with him and what you've worked on in this camp?
What I can specifically say is that Billy Joe Saunders is an incredible athlete. His mental state is incredible. He's phenomenal what he does in the ring, and some of the things that I've seen. I've always been a fan of Billy, of how he moves and how he is in the boxing ability, but to see it firsthand now and behind the scenes, he does things effortless, you know. And I won't go into too much detail, but yeah, the camps, everything's gone to plan now, and I'm looking forward to Billy putting on a big performance on Saturday night.
We know for ages people have said when Billy gets a big fight we will see a career best performance. Working with him on this camp though, have you seen that extra kind of bit between his teeth more so than what you might have done throughout his previous few fights?
Absolutely. Billy loves pressure and challenges. Every time we're challenging him in the gym with new sessions and even just little things down to new warm-ups or challenging certain people in the gym, he's always one step ahead. He's got something deep inside that won't let him lose. He'd go down to the last dying breath. Do you know what I mean? For Billy Joe Saunders, winning means absolutely everything to him. Even if that's me and you here playing noughts and crosses to us running around the track, no matter what Billy Joe Saunders is, his goal is simply just to win at all costs.
I actually remember, I can't remember who it was I was speaking to, but somebody said to me, if you get a chance and you're walking up the stairs with Billy, try and get there first. If you're walking side by side, and he wouldn't let you do it. No chance. Walking down the road, walking to the gym, anything, getting in the gym, certain things, even sparring partners. I mean, at the villas that we've been in, like little things like Connect 4, snooker, poker, cards. Billy's, to be fair, he's an all-rounder, but he hasn't lost too many, put it that way. Talked about Billy's weight. How is he looking now? Today is Monday. When this goes out, it'll be Tuesday back home in the UK. So, what is kind of Billy's weight at the minute, and how has he been working on not to effectively drop it too quickly, but was trying to stay on weight?
Yeah, you know, everything's in the right place. Like I said, the team's done an amazing job behind the scenes, and everything's been mapped out for a long time now. All the boys behind the scene, the nutrition team, the boxing team, the S&C team, we've all come together exactly where we need to be in camp. There's no questions asked, and we're just going to carry on with our job and get it done. You know?
Now, I've seen a few interviews and Billy's spoken about himself with some things he hasn't been happy with, i.e. The ring being one of them, the UK judge, fans when he originally didn't think there wouldn't be any. From your perspective, from being involved so closely in the camp, has it had an effect on Billy? Has it frustrated him, or...?
It's going to be a bit annoying in it on any side, you know, but it's lucky enough that Billy's got an incredible team around him, and obviously his team behind the scenes that can get on top of them kind of things. For, like you said, 65, 70,000 people, and that we're kind of out here on our own, you know, obviously with the judges situation, the ring situation, it's not ideal preparation, but we just simply, we adapt and we overcome, you know, like we have done through this whole camp and the whole build up throughout.
It's been well documented, many people just expect Billy to look to box with that slick southpaw style that we've seen him have throughout his entire career, but with your work in particular, do you think he has the power, not necessarily to stop Canelo, but certainly earn his respect early on in the fight, make Canelo realise that if he was to walk forwards trying to close off the ring, it won't be as easy as what maybe Saul thinks it might be?
Yeah, do you know what? A lot of people don't give credit to Billy that he can't punch, but believe me, like I've seen him inspiring on pads and some of the work he does in the gym. He can punch and he can put a dent in people coming forward. We've had incredible sparring partners and that coming out, bigger, smaller, and he's made a dent in those. So not just going through sparring stories, but Billy can make a dent in anyone that's coming through. Billy's now he's grown into a natural super middleweight, you know. So it'd be interesting to say the least going into Saturday night. But I think he can definitely put a dent in Canelo.
I'm going to ask, how long have you actually been working with Billy Joe then?
So originally I met Billy around 7 years ago when I was in camp over in Marbella with Charlie Edwards for his first IBF world title shot. So I met Billy then, stayed friends since then, and then I got a call from Billy and his team around 10 to 12 weeks ago now. So around the last 10-12 weeks I've been in camp with Billy Joe Saunders.
So Cameron, just kind of from your perspective, even if this has been your first full proper camp with him, when Billy did make that initial transition from middleweight to super middleweight, you've just said he's now a fully fledged super middle, but when he initially took the decision to move up, what were your thoughts on it?
I thought it was a great decision. I think Billy might have had trouble in the past getting down to middleweight and things like that, because he's a big guy. You see him walking around, you know. So he's not like he's naturally filled out of the way. I think that was always the plan moving long term. You know, he's done the WBO middleweight, now he's moved up and he's a two-weight world champion. So the possibilities are endless for Billy Joe Saunders.
I mean, victory for Billy Joe on Saturday, Cameron. Where does Billy Joe go from here? Is he the man who then looks at Caleb's plan?
I think he's got to, but we can't look too far past Canelo Alvarez. We know what Billy's got to do. We know the job that's in hindsight. So we're going to do our job Saturday. We're preparing diligently for behind the scenes and get the job done, and then move on to bigger and better things.
Cameron, I want to leave a final word to yourself before I leave you to enjoy the rest of this beautiful weather. Obviously getting ready for this fight night on Saturday night. For everybody who's going to tune in, just let everybody know why you believe Billy Joe Saunders will be successful and will become a free belt world champion.
May the 8th, make sure you tune in to Billy Joe Saunders, because he will not be denied.
Cameron, simply and beautifully put, thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
No problem, thank you very much.